I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now and dance.
Welcome to Girls in the Green. Today we are going to be playing 6 holes, talk about course management. We're gonna go over some tips and tricks, things you're just gonna wanna know if you're a beginner golfer getting out to the course. The first thing that I do when I get on a tee box is I ask myself, where is the trouble? It looks like we have sand bunkers on the left. Most of the trouble here though is on the right-hand side. There's water over there. I would much rather be in a sand bunker than in the water. So what I want to do is set myself up on the tee box for success before I even hit the ball. And that means that I like to actually tee the ball up on the side that has the trouble. If I tee my ball up on this side, I'm going to be hitting the direction into the water. Whereas now I've set myself up so that I'm aimed more towards the middle of the fairway and my miss here will actually be the bunkers. And that's gonna be a really good drive. It's really important when you use a rangefinder to make sure that you don't accidentally shoot a tree or something behind the flag, because I've done that so many times and I hit the ball over the green. I'm like, what is happening right now? So I like to make sure I find the flag in my rangefinder. 130. I'll try to also get the yardage to the object behind it just to make sure it's not the same yardage. So looks like the trees behind it are 150, the flag is 130. And the next thing I'm gonna think about, because you know there are just so many things to think about before your shot, is the wind. There's some grass in the air. I have a right to left wind, which just means that I'm going to adjust my aim a bit. Let's see, 130, I'll hit 9-iron. What I like to take into account is I get my distance. I look at what kind of lie I have. I'm hitting out of the rough, so it'd be smart to club up here. I definitely don't want to go long here, so I'm gonna hit my 9-iron. And I've checked the wind, so because the wind is going from right to left, I'm going to make sure to aim more towards the right because the wind's gonna slowly move the ball in the air. Nancy, she is helping me film on the course today, and it's her very first time ever stepping foot on a golf course. This is a really strange little lie I have. It's downhill. I have a lot of sand on the green, which means that they're gonna roll a lot slower. The key here is I'm gonna put the ball a little bit back in my stance, because if I put it too far forward, I'm gonna be hitting way down on it. So I still wanna be able to get this ball in the air. When I'm chipping, I really like to find a place on the green that I wanna land it. I picked my spot in the sand and I'm gonna try to land it there. If it rolls out, might be pretty good. This is what they call aerating the greens. They punch a bunch of holes in the greens, and I guess it lets the grass breathe. It helps keep the grass nice and healthy. In the summer, a lot of greens in Florida are aerated. It just means that they're slower, bumpier, a lot less predictable. I'm right in a little dimple. Thinking through the shot out loud, I'm noticing that it's downhill. My biggest thing here is where it's gonna break. I think that if I aim here, the slope will bring it far enough to the left that it might go in the hole, hopefully. And it did it. Honestly, a really good par from that lie. I definitely have like this phobia, I don't know what to call it, of keeping people waiting on the golf course. I think it was just from my junior golf days, and they always emphasize like play fast, play fast, play fast. I feel like I'm taking my time on the course more and like really enjoying it, but sometimes I get in these modes where I'm just like running, sprinting, making sure nobody's waiting on me. If you're a beginner golfer and you feel like you're playing too slow, there's always an option to pick up your ball and just move on. Like, you're not having to keep score every single time, and it's actually better if you're just starting out not to keep score every time, because you're going to be holding up the course. So just making sure that like if you've tried it twice and you hit 2 bad shots, like they're both in the water, drive up and drop a ball. I'm hitting a 3-1. And again, I have some trouble on the right-hand side, so I'm going to want to tee up on the right side of the tee box so I'm not hitting into that trouble. Sometimes when it's really windy, do not throw the grass in your face, that's just stupid. Sometimes when it's really windy, I'll still check the wind. So because I do have a lot of trouble on the right here and the wind is pushing everything left, super helpful. So the wind is helping me here. I'm gonna wanna be careful of not aiming too far to the left. So I'm going to find a spot in that bunker. I'm gonna pick the right spot of the bunker. The smaller target you have, the more honed in you are on that spot, it really helps you like focus, helps me focus. Very nice, it's gonna be perfect. With that line, I could have hit driver. I have 124 yards here. We know what the wind's doing, so I've checked it like a million times. I'm going to hit a pitching wedge. When it's into the wind, you want to club up normally. Sometimes you can get away with hitting the same club, but it's just not smart because the wind can like pop it up in the air and balloon it. I am going to hit a pitching wedge and really hope that it gets there. Aiming for the right side of the green here because the wind is going to move the ball left. It's on the very front of the green, so I probably could have hit a 9-iron. It's funny because at this golf course, you're right by the freeway, which is like so bizarre and you very rarely see. Also, today was insane how cheap it was to play out here. It was $28 for this tee time. And in Florida, at the park, I'm used to paying from like anywhere to $100 to $200 for a tee time. We have a lag putt, so talking through my thought process here, I'm going to walk it. I really like to count my steps. And that kind of just tells my brain like how far I need to hit it. From here, I like to look at the hole. I can see the hole is slightly leaning like a little bit this way, which means that it's gonna break from my left to right on this side, really right to left on the other side. And with these long putts, it's all about speed here. Oh, that flew. I had to hit that so hard for it to get past that sand. You guys will probably see me mark these shorter putts because I like to use the line to line it up. When I first started playing with my boyfriend, he would make fun of me for using the line because in tournament golf, that's all you do is you line up your putts. You would never not line up your putt. He's trying to be all cool and like not care, not line it up. But I honestly think if you line it up, like, why not? It just helps. Golf is hard enough. This is gonna be a sneaky little putt here. It's breaking from left to right. I'm gonna aim it right here because it is going to break more when a putt is downhill. When I aimed too much. We made bogey on that. It's a really tricky little putt. That is like exhibit A of why it can be easier to leave yourself with uphill putts. So on that specifically, when I'm doing my lag putt, in my mind, I want to be below the hole and try to leave myself an uphill putt in my second putt because uphill putts are just inherently easier than downhill putts. Is this your first time trying a poppy?
Yeah. I think
What do
so.
you think?
I might have tried a different kind before. The Doc Pop is good. I like it. I'm a Dr. Pepper fan.
If you're expecting the taste of soda, you're disappointed, but if you're expecting like a healthy drink, you're not.
Yeah.
I love poppies.
Well, I drink diet anyway, so I feel like it's not that far off from diet.
I feel like diet isn't good for you because the aspartame. Have you heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
I
think these have natural flavors, which you don't know what that is.
That's
either.
true. It's a natural flavor. Like, what is a natural flavor?
The thing you use to like track your distance is expensive, right?
You can buy them pretty affordable. Like Sabrina was using one and hers was $25 when I played with her last. Mine is probably around like $200 when I bought it. So you can buy them at different prices. I have a fun little par 3 here. We're right by the freeway, which is just so bizarre to me, but you could actually hit a terrible shot instead of a car. That's so crazy. When I'm on the tee box of par 3, I want to see where the flag is, and that's gonna help me determine my club selection. So the flag here is super long. So if I have 160 yards to the flag, and I hit, let's say, my 6-iron 165, this would not be the club to hit because I don't have a ton of green to work with in the back. I would rather club down and hit something like 150 that will get there and leave me that uphill putt. I need a club down. My 6-iron can get too far to the back of the green, so I'd rather hit the middle of the green here, which for me is a 7-iron. Go. It's coming back to the right. All right, well, I probably could hit my 6-iron there. This right here is what we call a tiered green. So I just left myself a very, very hard putt. My thought process here is really just to hit it hard enough so that I can have a chance of making par. I absolutely smashed it. You see how much is bouncing? Bouncy, 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 bouncy. Whoop. Let's get off this par 3. I found the smallest broken tee you've ever seen, but we're gonna make it work. I'm like searching for a tee right now. I don't know how I ran out of tees. It's really, really hard to hit driver without a tee, and if you just put the ball on the ground to hit a driver, it's called driver off the deck because you're not using a tee. It's a really fun shot to hit. It's just a really, really hard shot to hit. Par 5 here. It's a very open fairway. One thing I see a lot of beginners do is they want to hit it super far, so they try to swing as hard as they can, and that can cause crazy missed shots. So when you have a nice open fairway, you're on a par 5, you want to hit it far, really think about your tempo and your rhythm, because using the ground for leverage is what's going to help you hit that ball far. Here, I'm really just thinking about using my lower body for power and starting my downswing with my lower body so that I can move my hips around. This ball is teed so low, but we'll make it work. Oh my goodness gracious. Nancy teaches dance. When did you get into dance?
I've been dancing since I was like 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
So longer than I've been golfing. Oops.
Really? When did you start golfing?
At 12.
Really?
I was like late to the game.
Oh.
The cart's moving really slow because I went on one of the tee boxes on accident.
Oh.
The
Yeah.
cart's moving so slow. And
does it just automatically
there we
do
go.
that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
controlling it. It won't let me go any faster.
That's funny.
And what got you into dance?
Honestly, I saw it on TV. Like, I don't even remember what show I was watching, but there was like these 2 dancers on there. I think it was like a couple. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. Like, I thought I had to decide what I wanted to be when I was like a child.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I'll be a dancer.
You're
like, I think I could do that.
Prodigy. I am under this tree. First thing I want to do is figure out where the safe space is. Sounds like we're in a therapy session. Like, where is your safe space? Use my little thing here. And it looks like to the water, I have 60 yards. I am not, I guess I could try to hit it over the water. You know what? We're not gonna play it safe. I'm gonna hit it over the water. So I'm gonna try to hit like 130, 140 yard shot. I'm going to take an 8-iron. And I see this part of the bunker, like the very, very far bunker. I'm gonna aim for the edge of that and try to hit a fade. So with a fade, I'm gonna open my stance to the left, slightly open my club face, and hopefully the ball will travel from left to right. I really hope that goes.
What got you into golf? Did your parents just like put you in it?
I grew up in Seattle, and we had this country club called Sandpoint Country Club. There was this British guy named Craig who my dad set me up to get a golf lesson with Craig, and I went, and Craig's like, she should play in a tournament. So I signed up for this junior tournament. It was at Sahali, which is a notoriously hard course, like lined with trees. No. And I shot 113 on 18 holes, which is crazy to think about. It was so many shots. And
is that good or bad?
For a beginner, like, yeah. I think it's just what a beginner would shoot.
Okay.
My parents decided to send me to a golf academy in Florida. The golf academy I went to, everybody was trained to be a professional athlete. Like, if you didn't get a D1 offer, you failed. I have 109 yards. It may look like I have a tree in my way, because I do, but I can hit over the tree, hit a fade, little pitching wedge. The more you can practice your shot shaping, it can be really helpful on the course, because if I hit a draw here, well, I guess my ball's over here, but if I hit a draw here and my ball starts to the right, I have this to come into play, all of that to come into play. But if I can start my ball to the left and move it from left to right, that's just like such a better outcome. That's exactly what I wanted. Be good. Yeah, on the green. So that shot shape was perfect for the amount of trouble I had on the left. Do you know the difference between a draw and a fade?
No.
Draw is like when I hit the ball and it's flying in the air and it goes like right, but it's turning to the left. Fade is when it starts left and turning to the right.
Is there like one better than the other?
A lot of golfers like to hit draws.
Okay.
people say they go farther, which I think draws go farther for me.
Yeah.
And I just like the look of a draw better. Green normally slants towards the water, so the side of the water is usually gonna be the lower side of the green. On slow greens, you're gonna have to hit it a lot harder.
What are your favorite brands for women's golf clothing?
Love Adidas. Like if we're talking traditional golf brands, Adidas kills it. I love G4 stuff. This is a G4 top and I'm in love with the cut of their tops. They also have the best shoes. So always wearing G4 shoes. They're so comfy. Amazon has a lot of great like affordable golf clothes and skirts. This skirt, I could wear it in like a million degrees and I feel like I would still be cool. This is from Amazon. I have all of that stuff like linked in my like to know. Par 4. I used to always think that my takeaway starts with my arms, and my coach was like, you want your takeaway to be felt almost in your fingers first, because I wasn't creating enough hinge with my wrists. So now I have a feeling of just starting the takeaway in my fingers, and it's been really helping me get my takeaway on plane, because I used to be so far inside. Here, I'm gonna aim at the tallest palm tree on the right-hand side. Pre-shot routine-wise, I really like to come stand directly behind the ball, find my aim spot. Sometimes it can help to find a spot about 2 feet in front. So like, if I'm aimed at that tree, I'll try to find like a piece of colored grass that's in line with that aim spot. Kind of standing in this divot, but that's okay. I look at the target to set my feet, and I'm ready to go. Yeah, that was way left, but let's go play it. Let's go find it. Oh, it's a cart thing. I really hope I find this ball. Yeah, I don't know in what world do I come out to the golf course with one ball. Oh guys, I see it. Well, I see a ball. I see a bunch of balls. Perfect time to teach you about hazards. So this is a hazard because it's red. And basically what that means is if my ball's in here, I can hit it with no penalty. But like, let's say I don't want to get my shoes wet or like it's too deep for me to stand. I basically can take my ball, I put a tee in the ground, I measure 2 club lengths, put another tee in the ground, and I can drop it in that place. So you add 1 stroke to your score for the hole, but that's how you get out of water. You guys, I found a pink ball. This is a top flight ball, so it's like not a good golf ball, but I like the color of it, so we're keeping it. Pen of Callaway. Ew, that one's growing something you probably don't want to touch. How come none of these are mine? Clearly I either went way in the water or I'm not in the water at all, and I don't really want to find out. So for the sake of pace of play, I'm just gonna drop one in the fairway. It's more fun to hit from there anyways. I'm gonna hit a 9-iron since it's into the wind. This is a pretty straightforward iron shot. Yeah, that was good.
When people start playing golf, do you have to start with all the types of clubs you have? Like,
you don't have to have all 14. I would recommend a driver, definitely a putter. I would say like 1 wedge and then 2 irons, like a 6-iron and maybe an 8-iron or a 9-iron. And from there you can definitely build your setup because it can be a lot to get like a full set right away. Yeah. But they also have sets on Amazon for like $250
for a whole set.
For a whole set.
And a whole set is 14?
14 clubs.
Okay.
I hit a really, really good iron. I have 5-6 feet. That's a good putt. Terrible drive, but good putt. This is called a ball mark. I'm not sure if it's mine, but the way to fix these is just to basically take the grass and push it in like this. And then that moves the grass so that you can pat it down and you fix your mark.
How would a person like me learn golf if they don't have someone like I have you, you know?
I'd really recommend like a structured way to learn. I think that taking lessons from like a PGA certified pro is definitely helpful. There are very few women taught golf courses, so right now I'm making my own. It's gonna be basically for beginners getting into the game, pretty much anything you need to like build the foundation of your game. Looks like we have a par 5. That's the kind of drives we want. Beautiful. We're right down the middle.
To me, it looks like you have such a powerful swing.
Thank you.
Like, for me, like, I would never be able to do that, but is there something I can do to, like, improve my power behind my swing, I guess? Like, do you work out, or, like, does that come natural with practice?
I think that It's like a combination of so many things. A lot of power comes with swing speed, so like how fast you actually swing the golf club, but you need good techniques for your swing speed to benefit you so you can hit it straight. So it's kind of like a couple different combinations. I think that a lot of the times like beginners will give away their power by not using the ground enough. So like when I'm swinging, I'm actually actively thinking, like when I'm practicing my driver, of squatting down to like use the ground kind of before you jump up high. So if you don't have that squat down in your swing, you have nothing to use as leverage and you won't be able to hit the ball very far.
Workouts, they always say like drive your feet into the ground.
Yeah, literally exactly the same thing, because that's where your power comes from. 295 here, so that's a 3-wood. One question that I get a lot is, how do you know how far your clubs go, or what club to hit? Yardages will change depending on how well you're hitting the ball, if you're improving in your game. It's really important to find your baseline yardages. Using a shot simulator, I know at some ranges they have it where it's basically this device that'll track how far your balls go. Basically, there are a couple different ways to get your yardages. One of the easiest I've found is to find a shot simulator, hit like 5 to 10 balls so you can get your averages. And then when I first started, I literally had like a little cheat sheet attached to my bag that had all my yardages in it that my coach made for me. And you just learn to memorize them. And every club has like a yardage range. So I hit my 9-iron from like 125 to 130. They also have devices that you can put at the end of your golf club, and it tells you how far you hit it. So there's a bunch of different ways to do it. I don't know exactly what shot I have, so I like to bring a couple different wedges with me just so I don't have to go back to the cart and grab the right club. I probably should have brought my rangefinder with me too, but we're just out here for funsies. Oh wait, no, it's way over there. I don't know how far I have here. I'm just gonna hit it. And I hit it fat. Hopefully you learned something today. I do have a course coming out called Girls in the Green, so if you're a beginner and you're interested in learning the foundations of the game from me, I'll have that linked below. See you guys in the next video. Bye.